Check, check, check.
We are on.
We are on, yes. We are on.
Yeah.
Hello, beautiful family. This is Joking Around with the Egg Boys on the go. As you guys can see, we're doing a little unorthodox podcast today. We are literally on the road recording just because last podcast, episode 22, was kind of a catch-21. Great podcast. I'm still debating
Awesome.
whether...
Fun podcast.
Yeah, I'm still debating whether to put it or not, but the sound got fucked up on the process, so we decided to compensate with this 22.5 version, which is on the road. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. It is a little different, like we like to do, but
It's working. It's doing the job.
it's doing the
somewhat.
job.
To be on the go, really, it's getting there.
Yeah, we literally have a camera mount on the top of the sky,
sunroof.
the sunroof, the sky roof, the sky roof. We literally have a camera mount on the top of the sunroof, and that's what you guys are seeing. So if you guys see a little shakiness, obviously we are on I-70 eastbound. So if it shakes, it's because the roads aren't.
Either that or our Uber driver is not doing his best at conducting the vehicle.
Yeah, we have an awesome Uber driving that is focused on his music. He has full headphones on. He has the full gear, hat on, ready to take us to this city.
This city.
We want to welcome you guys. If you guys are not familiar with us, we are the Egg Boys. This is Deegan. I am Derek. And we normally do this every... Oh, and then we have Irving. I thought he wasn't listening. He's like, hey, motherfuckers, don't forget about me. We have Irving driving right now. But today's podcast is going to be kind of short just because we don't want to take a lot of your guys' time. It's a 0.5 version, so we're going to try to keep it short and sweet. We miss you guys. We want to hear more from you guys. We got a lot of views on the last podcast, at least more than what our subscribers are. And that's always great.
Yeah, I mean, this thing is slowly and surely getting better every podcast we make.
Yeah, and we're trying to get better ourselves in that process because we know we are amateurs. So we're trying to make good content, like always have funny, good conversations for you guys, and just sort of express ourselves and express our views and in life and situations that we've encountered, and hopefully people can learn from them, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, and even that, we're trying new things as well. We're not keeping it to the same, old Bible type of thing, keeping it to the books, you could say. We're trying this out. We're literally on the go.
Yeah, we're literally recording and fucking doing a podcast.
This ain't no green screen special effects bullshit, because we ain't that sophisticated. We don't know how to do that yet.
This is literally the mountains that you guys see, that shrubbery that you guys see in the back is literally the fucking Rockies as we're traveling, eastbound on Denver. So we have a beautiful sight right now. It's
beautiful
fucking
scenery, all green, few spots that are, a little rocky, but that's the Rockies for you.
We haven't had a lot of forest fires this year,
Recently,
right?
no. We had two small ones that I know of over in Mesa County, but they were controlled pretty quickly.
Yeah, I know that last year, was it last year or 2 years ago, we were struggling
quite a
big
bit.
time.
Yeah, right off starting the bed. In May, we had a couple, like up to 5 fires in May, and it just started, going downhill from there.
Yeah, it's usually, I know that 2 years ago in the Durango area, it's kind of towards, what would you say, it's kind of towards New Mexico, if you're not familiar with the area. We had a lot of forest fires going on then. I know that they had to close a college and a couple of the schools over there because of how bad Jesus Christ, of how bad the the fires were. Our Uber driver is fucking with us right now, so that's why we're fucking shaking like bubbleheads right now, bro. But yeah, going back to it, yeah, it was really bad. There was literally fucking, what do you call, ash? All over the
ash
fucking
clouds. You can see it's almost like a grainy type of how do I call it, atmosphere going on,
It's like you have one of those Valenciaga filters on and fucking on your Instagram photos and whatnot.
But I mean, even the districts, they were starting to try to control schooling by compensating for online even then, before all this stuff started coming up. So even that affected schooling a lot. I mean, job-wise, same as well. I mean, highways, interstates were, come to either one lane or probably closed off completely just to maintain people in safety.
Yeah. Bro, you want to know? So the other day, literally yesterday actually, there was where I work, outside there's a supermarket or whatever, and there was literally thousands of cops outside the parking lot. And the reason why that was because somebody literally got run over yesterday, literally on the parking lot. I think it was like a homeless man that was like just minding his own business, got trampled by this SUV, and they literally had to send the cops and ambulances and whatnot yesterday to try to save this guy. So
it's a big scene.
Yeah, no, it was huge. They were telling me, I was working at the time, but they were telling me that the ambulances and cops were literally trying to get this guy from underneath the vehicle, dude. It was crazy. I know that sometimes we don't take that into consideration, but it's funny how you always are minding your business, and then all of a sudden something fucking crazy like that happens, and you're not even expecting it.
Yeah, just closing yourself off to your own world might be the best thing at the moment, but I mean, you got to be alert, just keep your senses open. I mean, do your thing, but just keep aware that there are others who are doing theirs as well, and it's not always, they don't do it with the best intention, you could say.
Yeah. And we don't want to sponsor, but we do have our drinks on today. I think you should be able to tell what the fuck this is. This is a alcoholic drink. We can't say the name, obviously, because we're not sponsored or anything. And but if you guys, it starts with the Y and ends with the
W.
With the W, yes. And it starts with the C. So we're having our and it's a hard seltzer. Are you liking the hard seltzers? I know that's becoming like a big thing nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, they started with, the originals, I don't know where the originals started, but this actual company that we're actually consuming right now, they made it big out of a sudden, and then, you had others following, such as, your
Budweiser,
Bud Light,
Corona. Yeah, they all
they all jumped on the bandwagon. I mean, they've been, I'm not saying that they suck. I'm just saying that they've been climbing up slowly.
Yep. They've made different seltzers, and it's funny because literally every single one of them has their own distinct flavor.
I mean, yeah, they might all have that lime or citrus, whatever flavor, but they all have a unique lime flavor. There's not the basic generic, lime. Oh, it's you could get that anywhere type of lime.
Yeah,
they all have their own tastes.
Remember that time we went to Florida and we got fucked up on
them Ritas?
The margaritas. Yeah, it's like a tall margarita. But it wasn't like we thought it was Bud Light margaritas because those are the typical famous ones, but it wasn't that. It was literally a brand called Margaritas, and they slapped. They were really good.
Yeah, I mean, as the more you drink, you know what they say, the better it tastes. And at this point, it did. I mean,
we went to in that situation we went to Florida. We went to a festival. Awesome festival.
Great time.
Great time. Literally in the middle of November, we went to this festival. We arrived at Denver. It was fucking freezing. Literally, it
was probably 7 degrees outside. We parked the car.
Yep.
And we left it outdoors, just to, save a little money on parking. You would have had it under the actual parking garage. Yeah. It would have been an extra $30 a day. And
it's crazy how expensive it gets, bro. Like, just to fucking park your car, man, at the airport, it's like, oh, give me $30 plus your testicle, Like, it's just crazy how much it is.
Hey, you're late for your fee. Here's another testicle that you have to give.
Yeah, exactly. Give me your left one now, But it was a great time. We literally arrived around it was like midnight.
Oh, we arrived. Well, yeah, we arrived at the airport at midnight. We had a flight at like 6 in the morning.
6 in the morning, yeah. So we were trying to sleep outside in the car, and we had blankets, and it was like negative. It was negative degrees.
It was somewhere in the negative, and then that you could hear the little sleet starting to hit the windows and everything.
Yeah,
it was getting a little chilly outside, you could say.
And we were just chilling outside. We were just trying to catch some seas. I think I was able to, but this guy over here, Deegan, you struggle with that shit, huh?
I struggled, yeah.
Like, if he's not comfortable, he's that type. I'm the type of guy that could sleep on the fucking floor and be okay with it. But there's people that can't. Literally,
I mean,
like,
I could sleep on floors. It's just that, I don't know. There's certain scenarios in which I'm like, I just can't get comfortable. For example, planes. I can't get in a comfortable position in which I could rest.
is it because of the
The
space, or is it the mindset that you go in like, oh fuck, I'm in the sky, like I'm scared to be fucking dropping?
I mean, in that sense, not really. But I'm all jazzed up about the trip itself. You know, I'm excited for it. Not
yeah.
that I'm scared or anything. It's just hey, I'm doing something. I'm moving out here. You know, I'm getting in. You know, just out there.
And I know that it's funny how always prior a trip, I know that it happens to us. You can't even sleep sometimes. You're like a little kid, literally, because you're excited about it. You just want to fucking travel and have fun, and it's a great situation.
Yeah, I mean, you even feel that kind of feeling, and beforehand, even before the trip. I mean, as soon as you start making plans for that trip, you start getting yourself tangled in this mess, and you just can't let it go.
Yeah,
Work
you're
days,
just like, that's all you can think about. You're like going throughout the week and then trying to work, and you're like, fuck, why is the week so long?
The closer you get to that date of departure, just gets every day gets heavier and heavier and heavier. Yeah. And I mean, honestly, you're doing the same work. It's just you mentally, not, you know, just, I don't know how to explain it. It's just you're anticipating a trip a little too much.
Yeah, yeah. And the best way, this is what I found, the best way to get to those, get through those weeks is just basically minding your business, grinding as hard as you can at work, you know, so that the weekend, because there's something about that, because every single time, I don't know if it has happened to you, but every single time you work hard, you bust your ass off, and you get to the weekend, right? Which is sad that it has to be the weekend, but every single time you get to the weekend, you release so much stress just because you've busted your ass throughout the week, you know?
I mean, you should be going to work, you know, just giving it your best, you know, you do the best you can with what you're given.
Yeah.
And, you know, just take advantage of the day, no matter what kind of situation you're in or what you have to do. There's always a positive side, and, you know, look into that. I mean, of course, there's negatives, but, you know, don't let that carry you down.
We were talking earlier, well, not earlier, but yesterday, actually, with one of the friends, one of the Egg Boys, about the crazy thing that happens. And we just kind of came to a realization yesterday about how crazy it is when you are suffering from withdrawals of getting a text message or finding someone hitting your line through the phone or
just social media.
Snapchat,
social media in general, you could say. I mean, yeah, where you're trying to go with this, I see what you're meaning. It's pretty much as soon as you receive a message, you know, you get that like hype. It's
hype.
Like a shock of like, spontaneous, you know, message. Hey, I'm gonna open it up and see who it is.
Yeah.
And, you know, you get into the conversation, you get talking, you know, you create that bond, you get that link going. But as soon as it stops,
it's when the problems begin, right?
That's when you start, you know, you just start questioning stuff that you shouldn't question. You start literally just thinking of like abnormal questions.
Yeah, like just basically what happens is, or what we mean is, whenever you're getting messages, right? Whether it is through text message, even a phone call, whatever it is, you feel appreciated, you feel wanted, and that's just the dopamine levels in your brain just sort of spiking, you know, getting that feed. Every single time you see that red sign on your notifications, you know, you're ready, you're active, and you're happy about it. But then once you stop receiving a message, and you start lacking that sort of instant attention that we're so addicted to, you start feeling sad. And we were talking about this because this has happened to us in any shape, way, or form at some time in our lives. And we were just sort of discussing why we feel this way. And it honestly is just because we are attention whores at the end of the day. We want that attention. We want to be, we want that attention on us. We want to feel like we are appreciated in a way, and like we are
cared for,
yeah. Which is kind of sick to think about, that you have to have a notification in order to feel cared for, you know?
You know, trying to be independent in your life and all that, and then just you see this and you're like, do I really have an independent life.
Yeah. And another great point that Deegan actually came up with last night was that we often tend to confuse this feeling with depression, right?
Yeah.
We categorize it as depression when in reality it has nothing to do with it. If anything, it's just
it just helps contribute towards depression. It's one of a linking or bridge.
It's like yeah, exactly. It's a factor. It's just a factor out
but
of
not
that.
necessarily a reason why you are depressed.
Yeah, and a lot of people are think that way, right? They don't get that that dopamine going to their brain, that instant gratification.
What you're really feeling at the moment is withdrawals. You're just withdrawal symptoms. It's not necessarily how should I say, a clinically like.
Yeah, it's not clinically it's not depression. That's what we're trying to say. We think about it, we label it as depression, but I feel like it's a mislabeling because it's just a casualty of the lack of attention, and we feel down in the dumps. I felt it myself. No one hits you up. Your line is dry, and then you feel lonely, right? And then people ask, what's wrong with you? And then a lot of the times we want to say we're depressed, we are down in the dumps, but in reality it's just a casualty of what the lack of the withdrawal itself, not necessarily of depression. So we were just discussing this and saying a lot of the times it gets just super mislabeled when we're going through a tunnel. When a lot of the times is has nothing to do with depression, honestly.
It's just mistaken. It's a feeling that, it's harsh. It's a harsh feeling, really. I mean, even though it's a simple little mistake or, just not even a mistake. It's just a problem that you shouldn't have to deal with. It's just, it feels it. You get to feel it, but depression is nothing compared to what this is.
Yeah, depression is a sickness, right? It's more.
I think of it as more of a sickness. More hard. It's a harder thing to deal with.
Because how you can find out and how you can sort of justify this thing that we're saying is because you get to a point that you can get over feeling that need of having instant gratification or having that attention all the time, and that's when you literally detach yourself from needing social media for a little bit, and then you start feeling comfortable with just being yourself, being alone, and not having anybody around to justify or to make you feel special by any means.
You've overcome the thing that you thought was, or if you thought it was depression,
But a lot of the times we were also talking about is that we trick ourselves because then someone enters our life, someone that lifts your hopes or whatever, and then you give them that attention. You start getting that dopamine again. You start getting that instant gratification once more, and then you go back to square one because you're literally going back to the same routine that you were because you're getting that attention. And as soon as that person stops talking to you, you feel in the dumps, and it's just like a sick game, honestly.
It's almost like a drug. Honestly, social media has taken over a lot of people's lives. They commit I'm not saying way too much, but I mean it's a big part of people's lives, with or without it. People are people. But yeah. I think nowadays it's just getting out of hand, especially with this situation that we're going through right now. People are at home, trying to mind their own business, but I mean, their phones are in their hands and they start scrolling, and they get attached to certain people without wanting to, or certain articles, and they just start going off.
Yeah, and it's just so easy because especially nowadays, because that's literally all you have. Literally TikToks, social media, Snapchat, that's all you're getting because you are quarantined, right? You are detached from society in a lot of ways.
Yeah, these media corporations really pushing it. I'm pretty sure somewhere in the government ranks or somewhere they're kind of like, hey, well, it's up to you guys to take care of the people. So here's at it.
Yeah, just distracting and shit.
Yeah, pretty much. Hey, help us keep them occupied. Don't let them overthrow and everything. But hey, it's do your best.
Yeah, but it's kind of weird when it comes to that because there's a lot of positives that come with that and a lot of negatives, right? Because I feel like the social media platforms try to distract people just in general in a lot of ways. Now that we have all this situation of being quarantined, it's very needed in a lot of ways, but also it has made humans build a bigger codependency on it, you know. And it's just crazy how everything starts. It's like a double-edged sword, honestly. There's no balance.
Just as well as they could distract you from bad things, they could distract you from good things and draw you into bad things as well. That's what he's trying to say, pretty much. Media has really, it's a one-faced, at least news-wise, it's a one-faced article.
Yeah.
And it really, really could throw you off from what you were thinking before, for the good or for the bad. And it's just, you just don't know. You just got to be prepared for it.
Oh, shit. We got to slow down. We literally have a cop. I wish I could flip the camera. Oh, it wasn't a cop. What the fuck was that? It was like a wildlife service. Can they stop you?
They didn't stop it. It was an accident. I saw an elk on the floor.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Was there an elk? I just missed that.
That was a doe.
We haven't seen any, knock on wood, but we haven't seen any cops yet, and we're speeding. We are speeding right now. Yeah, knock on wood. Knock on my dick. That's what Aaron's saying. Knock on my whim.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't give a crap. This is my car. Well, yeah, I mean, it's not on him. It's on me.
I know you trusted him driving your car. We're fucking going hard, bro. Like, everybody's stopping. Like, we're fucking
We're mobbing through through I-70.
Yeah. We're supposed to be, we don't even, what time are we supposed to be in Denver?
We didn't really have a time, but
no, I know my brother's fucking desperate right now, saying, when the fuck are these guys gonna get here? And the crazy thing is that they live in Bryan, so it's a suburb at the outskirts of Denver, so it's not just getting to Denver, it's
going
Denver
through
plus
Denver,
20 minutes on top of that.
Getting through Denver and then heading north a little bit.
Exactly. I used to live out there, but not in Brighton, but towards that side of Denver. I went to school over there in a small place, but they must be desperate. I think we were supposed to have a reservation over there at a
5.
At a fucking
5. It's 7:37 right now, and we were supposed to be at 5.
What? I thought it was a reservation of 5. 1, 2, 3.
At 5 or at 5?
No. I think it was a reservation of 5 people.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a reservation of 5. We don't know the time. It could have been at 5, but they might have to move it and whatnot.
I mean, it's always a reservation. You're not committed to it exactly, but
hopefully we can go out tonight. Obviously safe. We just wanted to get away from the weekend, you know, and because 4th of July we're pretty much gonna be. Everybody's going to be pretty much doing their own thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, some of the Eggfam will be up in the cabin, up in the woods somewhere, you know, just celebrating with them among themselves. Others would be traveling once to Denver again. Some of us will be out of state.
I know you're going to California.
I will be in Cali for the 4th.
You're just going to go see some fam over there?
Yeah, I took advantage of some of my trips that I had delayed because of this situation that's going on.
Oh, yes.
I got my, not necessarily a refund, but I got, how should I call it?
You got some sort of credit, no?
I got credit back in
airlines credit.
Yeah.
Airlines credit, yeah.
Yeah, so, but I had that thing expire here soon, so I decided to go for the 4th. I'm like, well, I got that 3-day weekend. Why not take advantage of this flight that I get basically for free? I had a $100 voucher. Mm-hmm. Flights from here, from Junction to LA, are what $50 one way and $50 back.
That's not bad at all.
No, I mean even then it's pretty cheap.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? I'll use my voucher before it expires, and I lose $100. So I decided just to jump on the bandwagon and take a random trip.
Hopefully, I know that we were text messaging Sergio, one of the Egg Boys, and he lives in California right now, and he was saying that there's riots going on over there right now, and shit gets kind of crazy over there. Like, where there's more people, things get a little crazier over there.
Yeah, I mean, especially when, you got bigger crowds, more domestic, or not domestic, but more, how should I say,
there's just more people, right? More population?
More population, but there's more ethnicity going on around in those bigger cities.
Yes. The bigger ethnic representation, and obviously the situation that we have going on right now because of Black Lives Matter it involves an umbrella of ethnicities, coming together and fighting for what they believe. So California being a cultural melting pot, It's just you have everything, right? You have people doing the right thing, you have people doing the wrong thing, depending on what they believe. And yeah, I know he was joking around, like he's like, I'm over here dodging bottles and shit, you know, like fucking people throwing all kinds of shit, looting, and other people just doing the peaceful marching. So
yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of I don't know what's been getting on with these people. It's kind of, bugging me a little bit, but they've been blocking off interstates, like just straight up interstates.
Oh, gotcha.
5 wide, long, interstates, 5 lanes on each side of the road, and they literally got across and blocked traffic, and people get a little mad. Drivers do, at least.
Oh yeah, because a lot of people have to get to their jobs, right? A lot of people, that's what they're for. It's not that you are not defending the justice, the social justice part of it. It's that you need to make money for your family, and by blocking these streets,
you got a life to live in. If people start interfering, I mean, what is that to prove?
Yeah, I mean, you're just at that point, you're just dealing with another big aspect of society, which is being able to maintain the positivity and being able to give people the chance to go to work and just go about their regular lives, even though we don't want to be living regularly right now. But sorry guys, we just got distracted because this old man just literally went into our lane, almost fucking made us crash. I started to see Denver though.
I could see the little city out there from out above the hills.
Do you think that's fog? What the fuck is that? Is that smog?
Storm. That's a big storm down there.
Because usually it looks brown, right? Like smoggy, but it doesn't look smoggy. It looks like cloudy, like a dark.
We've been getting a lot of wind here lately. I mean.
Oh shit! Yeah,
I don't know if you remember, but we've seen some articles.
Type in the address.
All right.
Let me see. Oh well, I have it on my thing.
Yeah, we got it. Just keep going. I'll find it.
Okay, you'll find it. Well, yeah, like we were saying, it looks a lot clearer than usual, and it might be my mind playing tricks on me, but we were literally talking about the other day that because of the whole quarantine and COVID, a lot of the cities are starting to look a lot more clear. So it's just awesome to be able to see more, I guess, the openness and the fog and what the fuck is that called? The smog, yeah. I keep calling it fog. The smog levels go down significantly. So, bro, the other day I was watching a show and it was about the fucking what the fuck is that called? Well, it wasn't a show. It wasn't a show. It was a movie. It was a movie about you can continue, Irving. Yeah. It was about the Nazis and how they fucking. It was a movie about Nazis and zombies. It's called, what the fuck was it called? Yuri showed me it, and it was just a good movie. I just wanted to say, I don't know what the fuck it's called. It's bothering me that I don't know what it was called.
That's why we need Yuri up on this. He's good with this kind of stuff.
Holy shit! Why do people keep trying to get into our lane?
We got oversized loads. I don't know what's going on with it today, dude. It's a little frantic.
Everybody's been trying to cut us off. Literally, we had these couple that was driving a fucking
Volkswagen.
No, it wasn't a Volkswagen.
The ones from earlier when I was driving.
It was like a Mercedes, but it was a hatchback Mercedes.
Yeah, a little classic early 2003 freaking CL 300.
Yeah, and it was fucking. They had people up the ass. Literally, like they had that thing packed. That thing looked.
That
slammed.
thing was swaying down on the ground. When they took a turn, you could see the whole car almost want to give out to the one side.
And they were fucking. She was the one driving, and they were fucking speeding, dude.
I was going a good 5 over solid.
Yeah.
And even then, we were going an uphill. They still passed me, and every so often, they left the grass. And
you were driving earlier. Yeah. I totally spaced that out. We made a little pit stop at the fucking outlets
up in Frisco.
Deegan was trying to find a pair of pants that so I let him try a pair of pants once. We went out clubbing and I let him try they're like dress pants, I would say.
Yeah, you could say they're casual Yeah, they're
they're
slacks.
casual.
They're
Yeah,
slacks.
They're slacks, but they have a stretch material built into him, and it's just they make your ass look good.
They make everything look good.
Yeah, like Nacho Libre almost, like Nacho Libre on that scene where he squeezes his butt.
Pretty much. I mean, they just feel amazing. I mean, from just walking to jumping or up in the clubs and everything.
Yeah,
I mean, they just feel comfortable all around.
And so the reason why I bring this up is because ever since he tried those pants on, he was like, man, I need to get myself a pair of this type of pants. And we finally found them for him. And I think Urban got another pair too. So just some gear for tonight. But guys, we are entering Denver, so we're at minute 30. We wanted to keep this one short. We want to thank you guys for supporting and keep liking and subscribing, please. It helps us a lot.
Yeah, comment below what you guys like, what you guys don't.
Yeah, if you guys like
recommendations, any topics you guys want us to talk about. I mean, we really don't have much, but I mean, we just bring them up.
Yep. We wanted to I want to change the scenery towards the future, like where we do the podcast, because I like this sort of on the go thing, and now we know how to do it. You know, because we were struggling earlier.
Oh,
like we struggled for like a fucking hour.
Hour and a half, easy.
2 microphones. You continue on this one. Just continue. Yeah. Where was I? Oh yeah, we were trying to connect to 2 fucking microphones, and we weren't working at it. But
yeah, we only got 1 sound out of 1 mic, and yeah, it was a hassle. But we used the power of YouTube and got this thing rolling.
Yeah. But guys, you guys can find me at DMay92 on social media, Derek Mayo 92 on Instagram, DMay92 on Snapchat. How about you?
You got me with Ochoa Diego 45, both on Yahoo.com. No, just kidding. Instagram and Snapchat.
And we love y'all. Hopefully you guys like this little version, this 22.5 version on the go. The sound should be pretty decent. I know we're bouncy and you might get a little dizzy watching this, but it's always great to be with you guys and, you know, just doing this and sort of experimenting really with this whole thing. I've never seen this done personally, you know. It's like we're the spokes radio, but we're actually doing it as we're driving.
Yeah, as actual we're doing the event, you know. It's almost like a blog, but
it's almost like a blog, yeah, because it's like literally moving. But with that being said, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Big hug, blessings to y'all, and embrace your weird, and see ya next time.